Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the performance of the National Anthem by Mr. Dalton Jones, NWAC student.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Dalton. You may now be seated. I am honored to introduce to you the president of Northwest Arkansas Community College. Dr. Evelyn Jorgensen became the third president of Northwest Arkansas Community College in 2013. She holds an Associate of Arts degree from State Fair Community College, a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree from Columbia College, and master's and doctoral degrees in higher education from the University of Missouri. Throughout her career, Dr. Jorgensen has been passionate about the contributions of community colleges. In her role as president, she continues to demonstrate that same level of passion and commitment to NWAC students. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Evelyn Jorgensen.
Thank you, Ollie, for your warm welcome. It gives me great pleasure to be part of this day of celebration. Northwest Arkansas Community College has made a significant difference in the lives of thousands of students over the past 31 years. In fact, over 19,000 degrees and certificates have been earned by 14,000 graduates. We want to celebrate the many student success stories and say thank you to the community leaders, the philanthropists, and the NWAC faculty and staff who have played key roles in changing lives. It gives me great pleasure now to welcome the chair of our Board of Trustees, Mr. Ron Branscombe, to the podium.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jorgensen. Hello, family, friends, faculty, and graduating students. My name is Ron Branscombe, and I am the chairman of the Northwest Arkansas Community College Board of Trustees. On behalf of the board, it's my distinct honor today to welcome you to the 2021 commencement ceremony for Northwest Arkansas Community College. We are so blessed to have a great board of trustees that helps serve the college. And today we have on the stage two of those trustees that are present. I'd like to introduce Mr. Mauricio Herrera, and also Dr. Deanne Witherspoon. I knew that was going to happen with the cap. For many of you, the path to this commencement has not been an easy one. You may be the first in your family to attend college or decide to return to higher education after decades of being in the workforce. Many of you have had long nights of studying in between working and taking care of your families. There may have been times you struggled to give up when it was too challenging to get that paper finished or homework done. But with a strong will and support from your advisors, professors, and family, you persevered, and it has paid off. Today, we celebrate your job well done with spouses, parents, and children who have made many sacrifices for you to be here today. Congratulations to all of you.
Now I would like to introduce the rest of the stage part and ask them to stand and remain standing. Please hold your applause until introductions are completed. Mr. Mark Walkemeyer, Dean of Health Professions, who welcomed you earlier as today's Master of Ceremony. Dr. Ricky Tompkins, Vice President of Learning. Mr. Tim Cornelius, Vice President of Career and Workforce Education. Mrs. Liz Anderson, Executive Director of Advancement. Thank you. The following awards are presented to individuals who have distinguished themselves while at Northwest Arkansas Community College. Receiving the 2021 Outstanding Graduate Award in the Associate of Science, Liberal Arts, and STEM is Eddie Franklin. Having taken an introductory course in each of geology, chemistry, biology, and astronomy, Eddie Franklin has shown his interest in science. Actually, science with a capital S. Eddie is a friendly and dedicated student who truly engages with the material, asking interesting questions in class. His comments stretch the perceptions of his fellow students. He's been involved in getting the astronomy club going again, even during COVID. Not an easy task. Eddie leaves us to continue his studies at the University of Arkansas, pursuing an architecture degree with an ultimate goal of staying in Northwest Arkansas and working at an architecture firm. In every way, he exemplifies the best students of Northwest Arkansas Community College. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome today's distinguished graduate, Eddie Franklin.
First of all, I want to say thank you to all my teachers and all my professors and to all of these wonderful people up here. Walter Elliott said that perseverance is not a long race. It's a bunch of short races, one after another. Today, I'm honored to celebrate our completion of our race at NWAC. We have faced many hurdles over the past 2 years, but we chose to overcome these adversities. My grandmother repeats two phrases when times get tough. Necessity is the mother of invention, and this too shall pass. COVID has impacted our lives in many ways, including how we learn, work, study, and live our lives. During the course of our race here at NWAC, we have faced many trials and challenges. Some of them were just an inconvenience, like having bad Wi-Fi and getting kicked out of the Teams meetings. But some have been more life-changing. Some of us have lost family members due to COVID. Some of us have faced unemployment and had our worlds turned upside down. Yet we found strength. We found courage. We have adapted and learned to be creative. With the help of our professors, our families, and each other, we discovered ways to be successful. From in-person classes that were 100 years ago to remote synchronous classes that we take today. These last few semesters have felt like a Razorback basketball game. We get down and we have all the odds against us, but in the second half, through hard work and dedication, we make a miraculous comeback that no one thought was possible. Although in many ways, it seems like it's taken a long time to walk across this finish line, but it's only a short race in our lifetime. Today, or after finals next week, we will start a new race. Some of us, such as myself, will continue to further our education. Some of us will begin new careers that impact our community, and some of us will progress in our current employment. But all of us will use what we've learned here in this race to better our own lives and the lives of others. In our future races, we will continue to have hurdles. There will be trials and hardships. Our world may be turned upside down, but we have to persevere. The CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, said, "You can focus on the things that are barriers, or you can focus on scaling the wall or redefining the problem." So as you move forward, remember what you've learned and experienced here at NWAC. Not just the knowledge of the subjects, but also the strength and motivation that you found inside yourselves. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Dr. Matt Evans has taught political science courses, American National Government, Intro to Comparative Politics, Intro to International Relations, and Intro to United Nations at NWAC for the past 6 years. He received his PhD in political science with graduate certificates in ethnic studies, women and gender studies in 2015 from Northern Arizona University. He spent his childhood and young adult life in southern Indiana and Louisville, Kentucky. His teaching at NWAC has been guided by experiential learning, financial accessibility for students, and politics of the margins and non-elites. He has co-advised the NWAC Model United Nations team, utilized service learning in his classes, used open educational resource textbooks in his classes, taught the role of civil liberties in the lives of college students, and served on numerous college committees and statewide associations. He led the effort to write both the college's First Amendment policies on academic freedom and free expression. His great joy teaching has come when students act on their own political values rather than complaining about the world. Appreciate the role of reading books rather than Googling, and engage in intellectual charity, the ideas of others, or strike beyond the walls of academia. Ladies and gentlemen, today's distinguished faculty, Dr. Matt Evans.
Greetings, colleagues, students, friends, and distinguished guests. Make no mistake, today represents many things to us. At its most straightforward, today is a great accomplishment for our graduating class and our NWAC community. It took enormous patience, energy, perseverance, and charity for us all to be here today. Some of us endured sleepless nights, fleeting attention, crushing anxiety, and computer technology. Others faced deaths, evictions, lost jobs, families and friends losing their minds, and morally centered compatriots becoming fanatical hedonists. Some of us face the guilt of escaping the worst of this past year. Today is a triumph of the will, both for students struggling to transcend their own limits and take control over their own lives, and for NWAC faculty and staff assisting in that transcendence. Today is a moment to give thanks for the bright and wonderful students that make classes and grading an escape from routine, as well as members of the Graduation Planning Committee for bringing us together during this ceremony. Those committee members, Carla Wells, Jeremy Humans, Carl Collier, Amy Rodriguez, Jeff Labert, Diane Boss, Karen Tinker Walker, Treva Kennedy, Jamie Schrader, Jamie Boyd, and Cecil White. Let us take a moment to applaud this essential group of people. Most importantly, today is a paradigm in humility, to accept the limits and external impositions of our own existence that only become knowable at the most inconvenient times, to find how our senses may lead us to wrongly judge others, to feel how our very existence depends more than we like on others, and to know how our successes and our failures are as likely deserved as they are owed. We will carry today with us to identify and explain the problems and opportunities of tomorrow. Where would community be without those committed to the greater good of all, our leaders who know how to move out of the way for others to act? What could a country be without a founding president so selfless that he never sought the office, stepped down at the height of his popularity after 2 terms, always sought the conflicting advice of others even when it annoyed him, endured the mockery and derision of others in print and speech without response, and advocated for the role of higher education in building better citizens? Where would public discourse be without not just the learned, but the salty, the messy, the barely expressible, the unintelligible, and the obscene? Where would life be without the cooperation and struggle of others? Where would internet trolls be without rational people? Where would curious people be without librarians? Where would teachers be without the stubborn and the ill-prepared? By my own account, what can the story of catastrophe and triumph be but one of humility? What can my own life be but a fable of the kindness and patience of others, a set of privileges bestowed by circumstances, and a glowing fuzziness of the future? How could I be before you today without the help of administrative assistants with endless time and bureaucratic insights, colleagues that never tire of me getting up on my soapbox, academic mentors like Chris Huggard who always improved my best and worst ideas, college leaders that never tired of being ambushed by questions, parents who never really understood my career but financially supported me anyways, a wife who always shared and expanded my dreams, a tween son that always reminded me how unhip I was. Where would I be without the help of my graduate school professors like Joel Olson, who snatch highlighters out of the hands of young students because you cannot do political theory with a blunt instrument, Geeta Chowdhury, who always pushed me to see the contrapuntal and the marginal beyond the silliness of both sides, Roger Payne, who pushed me to see the limits and the possibilities of public discourse, or Sean Parson, who took up the mantle of chairing my dissertation committee after my chair had died before I finished my PhD. Perhaps I would be richer, cooler, and hipper, but I would certainly be less fortunate and less humble.
Thank you, Dr. Evans, for helping us acknowledge the fact that we've had people in our lives, students that have helped you get to here today. People in our lives that'll help us, challenge us, and change us and mold us to be that positive influence that you've challenged us to be in the world. So thank you, Dr. Evans, for your words. And it is my honor and privilege, representing the faculty of Northwest Arkansas Community College and the staff of Northwest Arkansas Community College, to ask the members of the stage party to step forward to present the graduates with their diplomas. Now, graduates, it's your time and it's your turn. So please stand up and proceed to the stage to receive your diploma.
Ashley Diane Luzzi, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, magna cum laude. Janie Suzanne Foreman, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM. Sinida Lisette Flores, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, magna cum laude. Alexandria M. Herring, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude, Rogers High Early College Program. Elizabeth Hadley Goldie, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, Associate of Arts, Rogers High Early College Program. Delilah Noemi Rosales, Associate of Arts, Rogers High Early College Program. Wendy Maria Castillo, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, Associate of General Studies, Certificate of General Studies. Jennifer Guadalupe Rodriguez, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM. Danielle Renee Deshaw, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM. Riley J. Kettner, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, Associate of Arts. Stacy Chaparro Rios, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, Certificate of General Studies, magna cum laude with distinction. Maricruz Jimenez Hernandez, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Science, non-STEM, magna cum laude. Stephen Lee Donner, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, Associate of General Studies, Certificate of General Studies. No, I don't want to lose my speech. Lindsay Milner, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Science, Associate of General Studies. Maria Isabel Salazar, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, magna cum laude. Alida Dolce Secant, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM, Associate of Arts. Sandra Lynn Chacon, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM. Taylor Lynn Irwin, Associate of Arts. Jennifer Lopez Avalos, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM, Associate of Arts. Autumn M. Bennett, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design, Technical Certificate, Graphic Design, Certificate of Proficiency, Graphic Design, magna cum laude with distinction. Amber L. Boxberger, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design, Associate of General Studies, Certificate of Proficiency, Graphic Design. Abrielle Emily Harrison, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design, Technical Certificate, Graphic Design, Certificate of Proficiency, Graphic Design, magna cum laude with distinction. Yurindi Malagon, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design. Carly Blair Allen, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design, Technical Certificate, Graphic Design, Certificate of Proficiency, Graphic Design, magna cum laude with distinction. Larissa Lee Weber, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design, Certificate of Proficiency, Graphic Design, summa cum laude with distinction. Madeline Grace Bertrand, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design, Technical Certificate, Graphic Design, Certificate of Proficiency, Graphic Design. Dayla Peyton Gale Wright, Associate of Applied Science, Paralegal Studies, Certificate of General Studies, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Alvaran Rosales, Associate of Applied Science, Paralegal Studies, magna cum laude. Christian Felipe Eduardo Eaton, Associate of Applied Science, Paralegal Studies. Maria Georgina Cortez Lopez, Certificate of Proficiency, Child Development Associate. Natasha Ann House, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education, Technical Certificate, Early Childhood Education, Certificate of Proficiency, Child Development Associate. Julia Uyoya Chavez, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education, Technical Certificate, Early Childhood Education, Certificate of Proficiency, Child Development Associate. Joshua Aaron Sloan, Associate of Applied Science, Criminal Justice. Giovanni Montanajo, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, magna cum laude. Evan James Michaud, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, veteran. Shelby Elaine Myrick, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM. Eileen Alejandra Zepeda, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, magna cum laude. Haley Kirsten Wade, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM. Drake Tittle, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, magna cum laude. Dinesh Joshua Hingu, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM. Christopher Jean Branham, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM. Yeah, I have your Edward Franklin, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude, Heritage High Early College Program, Division of Math and Sciences, Distinguished Graduate. Stephen Ivory, Associate of Arts. Daniel Cotton, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM, Associate of Arts, Certificate of General Studies. Don Tyson, School of Innovation, Early College Program. Grant Daniel Yankovenko, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM, Associate of General Studies, Certificate of General Studies. Technical Certificate, Pre-Health Sciences, Certificate of Proficiency, Pre-Health Sciences, Magna Cum Laude with distinction. Gavin M. Messino, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM, Certificate of General Studies, Magna Cum Laude with distinction. Don Tyson School of Innovation, Early College Program. Cha Chi Vang, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM, Magna Cum Laude. Adam Grubb, Associate of Science, Non-STEM, Veteran. Samantha Gall, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM, Certificate of General Studies, Summa Cum Laude with distinction. Leslie Annette Pacheco, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM. Stacy Dorothy Lopez, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, Associate of Arts, Certificate of General Studies, Summa Cum Laude with special distinction. Don Tyson School of Innovation, Early College Program. Bethany Alina Flores, Associate of Arts, Heritage High Early College Program. Bernice Araujo, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM, Certificate of General Studies, Magna Cum Laude with distinction. Angelita Rodriguez Branch, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Magna Cum Laude. Rachel Everdeen MacDonald, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM, Associate of Arts, Magna Cum Laude. Sophia Aldape, Associate of Arts. Just a little bit of shadows. Brianna Miranda Lopez, Associate of Arts, Certificate of General Studies, Heritage High Early College Program. Aleda Guadalupe Salas, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM, magna cum laude. Esmeralda Martinez Marin, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM. Clarissa Elizabeth Vinnerbeck, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM. Ethan David Hooper, Associate of Arts, Heritage High Early College Program. Joshua M. Green, Associate of Arts, Heritage High Early College Program. Haven Voorhees, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, Associate of Arts, Heritage High Early College Program. Ryan Michael Hurst, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, Associate of Arts, Certificate of General Studies, Heritage High Early College Program. Echo Toole, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, Associate of Arts, Certificate of General Studies, Heritage High Early College Program. Daniela Arminda Jurado, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM, Certificate of General Studies, Heritage High Early College Program. Soclina Knob Ross, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM, summa cum laude. Destiny Hernandez, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM. Benjamin Winnicky, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude, veteran. Phoebe N. Shreve, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude, Prism Education Center Early College Program. Naya August Foss, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, Associate of Arts, Certificate of General Studies, magna cum laude with distinction, Heritage High Early College Program. Giselle Sandoval, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Non-STEM. Anarelli Vianazul Garcia, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, magna cum laude. Riza Maria Sandoval, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM. Areli Giselle Cabrera, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, magna cum laude. Eric Garcia, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, Associate of Arts. Luciana Alvara, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, Certificate of General Studies, Technical Certificate, Pre-Health Sciences, Certificate of Proficiency, Pre-Health Sciences, Certificate of Proficiency, Nursing Assistant. Erica Robin Hand, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, magna cum laude. Isaac Christopher James Penaflor, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, Associate of Arts, Certificate of General Studies, Don Tice School of Innovation Early College Program. Osborne Sykes, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM. Amanda Faith Schumacher, Associate of Science, Agriculture, Food and Life Sciences, magna cum laude. Richard Quentin Libby, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM. Jacqueline Alarcon, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM. Daniela Guadalupe Reyes, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, magna cum laude. Natalie F. Pennington, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, Associate of Arts, Rogers High Early College Program. Oh, there went somebody's hand. Barbara Salinas, Associate of Science, Agriculture, Food and Life Sciences, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, magna cum laude. Jasmine Alejandrina Vicente, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM. Erica Huerta, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM, magna cum laude. Leslie Gonzalez, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM. Rocio Stephanie Hernandez, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences non-STEM. Belinda Castillo, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM. Catherine Roxana Diaz, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM. Eduardo Manuel Osorio Delgado, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM. Graciela Leonardo Navarez, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM, Associate of General Studies. Timothy Lee Van Dyne, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM, veteran. Manuel Soto Chamu, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM. Scott William Manaman, Associate of Science, Agriculture, Food and Life Sciences, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM, magna cum laude, veteran. Audrey Joy Clark, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, non-STEM, magna cum laude. Rachel Grace Phillips, Associate of Arts. Catherine Carlisle Rudder, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM, summa cum laude. Daniela Vasquez, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences STEM. Jennifer Gale Rose, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences non-STEM, Associate of Arts. Christina Vida, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences non-STEM. Lillian Marie Hauser, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude, West Fork High Early College Program. Joyce Brooke Ferguson, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude, West Fork High Early College Program. Joyce Ann Childers, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude, West Fork High Early College Program. Samantha Smiley, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude, West Fork High Early College Program. Robin Denise Bertuca, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences, STEM, Associate of Arts, Certificate of General Studies, magna cum laude with distinction, Heritage High Early College Program. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the presentation of candidates. Graduates, I offer my congratulations to each of you for the significant accomplishments being celebrated here today. And if you don't believe these accomplishments are significant, you volunteer to be the reader next year. Your hard work and the personal sacrifices you made in reaching this important plateau are a true reflection of both your abilities and commitment. You are now in position to make a significant difference in the world, and I wish you continued success and prosperity.
Thank you, Brian. Before we proceed, I do have one announcement I was asked to make. Many of you were not able to get your picture taken under the tent before it blew away. The tent will be set up for you to have pictures after the processional on the east side of the stadium, so you'll proceed out after the processional, and the tents will be there because we want you to make sure that you can get your picture taken. So I did want to let you know that. With that said, it's my honor and privilege, members of the administration and the Board of Trustees, as Vice President for Learning, it is my distinct pleasure to present to you the members of the 2021 NWAC graduating class. Will the candidates for graduating class of 2021 please rise? Dr. Jorgensen, I present to you the 2021 NWAC graduating class.
All right. By the power vested in the Board of Trustees by the State of Arkansas, I hereby confer upon you the associate degrees and professional certificates with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto. Congratulations. You may move your tassel over your left eye. Yay! Graduates, please remain standing and repeat after me the NWAC alumni oath. As an NWAC graduate, I commit myself to lifelong learning. I pledge to apply the skills, knowledge, and values. I pledge to apply the skills, knowledge, and values from my NWAC experience as I engage and improve the enterprises for which I work. As I engage and improve the enterprises for which I work and the communities in which I live. I acknowledge that I am now forever part of the NWAC family. And now forever. And will proudly help sustain NWAC's legacy for future generations. Graduates, you are now a lifelong member of the NWAC family, and we hope you will consider becoming an active member of the NWAC Alumni Association. Please remember to take your gift bag, sponsored by the Alumni Association, from your seat. Graduates, you have accomplished so much during your educational journey here at Northwest Arkansas Community College. You are to be congratulated. At this time, please prepare for the recessional guest. As the graduates prepare to exit, please remain seated until faculty and graduates have completed the traditional recessional from the field. You may meet your graduates outside of the gates. Please be sure to exit through the gates to your left. Mr. Branscombe, please begin the recessional.